The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, a comforting warmth against the backdrop of chattering customers and the rhythmic hum of the espresso machine. The little coffee shop, nestled on a bustling street corner, was buzzing with life, its cozy interior a haven from the city's energy. It was here, amidst the symphony of sounds and scents, that Emily first saw him. He was engrossed in a book, his brow furrowed in concentration, a lock of dark hair falling onto his forehead. Emily, nursing a cappuccino at a nearby table, found herself inexplicably drawn to him. Maybe it was the way his fingers gently turned the pages, or the fleeting smile that played on his lips when he stumbled upon a particularly interesting passage. Whatever it was, Emily felt a flutter in her chest, a spark of something unfamiliar. Days turned into weeks, and Emily found herself frequenting the coffee shop more often than she'd care to admit. The promise of good coffee was always a draw, but the possibility of seeing him again was a powerful motivator. Each time she spotted him, tucked away in his usual corner, her heart skipped a beat. She would steal glances at him, admiring his profile, the way he lost himself in his book, oblivious to the world around him. Emily, a hopeless romantic at heart, found herself weaving daydreams around this mysterious stranger. She imagined striking up a conversation with him, their shared love for books forming an instant connection. She pictured them laughing over coffee, their initial awkwardness melting away with each shared word, each lingering smile. Oh, the endless possibilities that bloomed in her mind, fueled by caffeine and a healthy dose of wishful thinking. He became a familiar face, a comforting presence in her daily routine. She discovered his name was Daniel from a crumpled receipt left on his table one afternoon. A thrill shot through her at the simple discovery, the mere knowledge of his name making him seem less like a stranger and more like someone she might actually know. Emily found herself looking for him everywhere, not just in the coffee shop. Was that him walking past her apartment building one evening? Was that his laugh she heard echoing from a nearby park bench? She knew it was silly, this infatuation with a man she'd never even spoken to, but she couldn't help herself. One rainy Tuesday afternoon she walked into the coffee shop, her spirits dampened by the gloomy weather. And there he was, at his usual spot, a splash of sunshine in her otherwise dreary day. He looked up from his book, catching her eye, and for a fleeting moment, their gazes locked. Emily felt her cheeks burn as she quickly averted her eyes, her heart pounding in her chest. That moment, brief as it was, changed everything. The unspoken connection, the flicker of recognition in his eyes, it was enough to push Emily into uncharted territory. She knew she had to do something, anything, to break free from this cycle of stolen glances and silent longing. The idea struck her like a bolt of lightning. It was bold, maybe even a little crazy, but the more she thought about it, the more she knew she had to do it. The plan was simple, terrifyingly so. She would write her number on a napkin, leave it on his table with a smile, and then disappear into the city streets, her heart pounding a frantic rhythm against her ribs. The next day, Emily woke up with a knot of nervous anticipation in her stomach. Today was the day. She went through her usual routine, but everything felt different, charged with a nervous energy. What if he thought she was weird? What if he ignored her note altogether? She pushed these thoughts aside, reminding herself that she had nothing to lose. This was her chance to turn a fantasy into reality, and she was determined to take it. As she entered the coffee shop, her senses were on high alert. The familiar aroma of coffee, the gentle hum of conversation, it all felt amplified, heightened. She spotted him at his table, his brow furrowed in concentration as he scribbled notes on a pad of paper. This was it. With trembling hands, she scribbled her number on a napkin, adding a simple message beneath it. "Coffee sometime? Emily." Taking a deep breath, she walked over to his table, her heart pounding in her ears. He looked up, a question in his eyes. Emily offered a shy smile, placing the napkin on his table before turning and practically fleeing the coffee shop, her cheeks burning with a mixture of embarrassment and exhilaration. The walk back to her apartment felt like the longest journey of her life. Each notification on her phone sent a jolt of adrenaline through her, her heart skipping a beat with each buzz, only to be met with disappointment. Had she been foolish to think this could actually work? Maybe he thought she was too forward, too bold. Doubt crept in, whispering insidious suggestions, threatening to unravel her newfound confidence. Just as she was about to resign herself to the crushing weight of rejection, her phone pinged. It was a text message from an unknown number. Her breath hitched as she opened the message. It read, I'd love to. How about tomorrow at 3? Daniel. Emily felt a wave of relief wash over her, followed by a surge of pure joy. It was real. He was real. And tomorrow she would finally have that coffee with the man of her coffee shop dreams.